Hi, it's AJ. Or Dad or Papa or whatever you might call me. Anyway, I am making this video because we're all stuck at home and we're wondering what are we going to do with our time. Uh, our family, which is primarily the viewership of this video, has a few favorites. I want to share those. You guys can spread this around with yourselves. Just remind yourselves of what to play. Maybe arrange a family video game night. Do with it as you will. But these are some of our family favorites. I think you should check them out. So let's start with something like Farkle. Farkle is a dice game. It takes strategy and you just roll the dice and you have to make a certain number of points, retain those points, pass on extra dice if you want to stop where you are or risk going further. It's a lot of fun. If you get 3 Farkles in a row, you lose all of your points. And of course, you can go for the keychain version of Farkle. Then there is Boggle. I really like Boggle. I've liked Boggle for a very long time. This particular set, it's one where you can spin this dial, you get to shake them up, put them back down, spin it, holds it in place. Or you can just get the regular version where you're just rolling the dice. But you have to create words in up, down, left, right, diagonal patterns, that kind of thing. You have so much time with an egg timer or a timer. And you get more points for the longer words that you get. It's a fun game. It can help the kids with some of their spelling. You can play with certain rules to make sure that you're only using certain length words with younger players. It's pretty cool. The next one is Pass the Pigs. Pass the Pigs is kind of like a dice game. Your dice are actually pigs. Now, this side is blank, but on the other side, and I've got an extra set here, there's a dot. And depending on how those pigs land, you get different kinds of points. Of course, it's a lot like Farkle, and you can continue adding up those points and roll on or risk losing it all. It's a lot of fun because you're rolling pigs. Who doesn't like pigs? Okay, the next one is not so family friendly. Cards Against Humanity. I've never seen Cards for Humanity. I'm sure it's pretty boring. But Cards Against Humanity is a lot of fun. My girls, they like to hear me read some of these cards. They like to play certain cards just to hear me read them. But basically, you're creating terrible scenarios, and then people choose blindly which one they like the best, and then you get points from that. Yeah. Another one that's really fun is Story Cubes. Story Cubes is great for creativity. You can play this with young and old. You roll these cubes, which are like dice, a lot of dice games. You take these things and you create a story. There I was in the forest at night, and then the next person rolls, adds to it, next person rolls, and they keep building the story. There's no really winning or losing or anything. You're just telling a story. It's kind of like when you're in a car doing a cross-country tour and you're making up something that you have to hand off to the next person. Now, this one is truly for all ages. It's called, and this is not professional packaging, Left, Right, Center. This is a great game. I'll be honest, we just played this last night and our 3-year-old granddaughter joined us for the first time. She won. 2 games I have found that really have a beginner's luck option to them are Farkle and Left, Right, Center. For some reason, if you're new to the game, you're going to do great. But once you get into it, yeah, not so great. But, you can do well. And then there's Exploding Kittens. Exploding Kittens is a lot of fun. You want to avoid being exploded. So you defuse the exploding cats. You get 1 defuse at the beginning, and you can get more later if you draw them luckily or steal them. There's ways to attack and steal and skip and everything, but there's a lot of not safe for family time cards in this one. But it's a lot of fun. And this one is for ages 30 and up. There's another one that we just played the other night. which is 7 and up, I think. And it doesn't have quite the same kind of language on it. So, check that one out if you like. And then we have Uno. And then there was one. I like this game. I've played this forever, since I was a Boy Scout and camping with the kids and with my family and everything. It's a very simple game. Everybody knows this one. You're basically playing cards to try to get rid of all your cards, skip the person next to you, or give them extra cards, reverse the action of play. It's a lot of fun. It's easy to play. Everybody likes it. You do have to decide what cards to play, so you're in control of your fate. And then, of course, cards. You can play a million different card games with cards. So, or you could practice some card tricks and try to give on a little show. I don't know. But yeah, everything from poker, 21, Old Maid, War, the most boring card game ever. So I hate War. Anyway, you can do a lot with cards. Build a card house. And then finally, but not leastly, it's a word, Jenga. This is a couple of sets because we've had more than one over the time. And it's awesome. It's so much fun. I even built a backyard Jenga game out of 2x4s. We love it so much. It's a lot of fun. You can have a good time with it. So anyway, those are some of my suggestions for games you can play when you're stuck at home with the family. You're not stuck at home. You're blessed to be spending time together. And this is a chance to do some fun. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Share it if you like. Please give me some messages back and add to it, or see if you have any changes or any personal favorites. All right, thanks. Look forward to seeing you next time.